everyone. So this video is going to be for the people that do not have origami paper. So I'm going to show you how you can cut some regular copy paper into squares to use for your origami. So you're going to need a ruler, a scissors, a pencil, and then some colored copy paper. This is the one I have. The bright colors work the best for origami, but if you have pastel, but it should be colored and not just white. So you're going to need a couple sheets of that paper. I'm going to use this pink. And then I'm going to show you two different ways to cut your paper. For one of them, you'll be able to get 6 pieces, and then for the other one, you're going to be able to get more. So the ones for the other one will be a little bit smaller. So this is the way we're going to cut the paper, and I'll send this out as a separate document so you can look at it. You can just use your math skills and know that you have to cut squares, and you can figure it out yourself too. But I thought I'd do this just to kind of get started here. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first one, where I'm going to cut 3 inches off the side here. This is 8.5 inches, this is 11 inches, and put it this way. So we're gonna cut 3 inches lengthwise, and that'll leave us 5.5 here. This whole thing is 11, half of his 11 is 5.5, so we'll get 2 pieces here, and then we'll get 3 3-inch pieces and 1 little 2-inch piece. So you have 6 origami squares after we do this. So the first thing you'll need to do is draw out your measurements. This way. So I want to divide this into 3-inch increments. So I'm going to line up my ruler and just mark 3 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches. I have 2 inches left. Now I'm going to want to do that same thing on this edge as well. Otherwise I'm not going to be able to get perfect squares. So I'm going to line that up carefully. Mark 3 inches, 6 inches, and 9 inches. Okay? Now I'm going to cut a 5.5-inch square out of here. So I'm also going to want to mark the 5.5 inch. So that's 5.5 inches here and 5.5 inches down here. Okay, so the first cut is going to be cutting this 3-inch segment off. So I'm going to line up my ruler right there. So I'll cut this 3 inches off. Now if you have a paper cutter, you can do it with a paper cutter. It'd be quicker, easier, straighter probably, but this will work too. So there's that piece. Now this piece, it's 11 inches by 5.5 inches. And I just want 2 squares, so if I just fold it in half, I don't even have to bother with the ruler. Okay? I'm going to open that up, and then I'm just going to cut on the crease. Just try to get it as straight as you can get it. If it's not perfect, it'll still work. There. This is exactly like origami paper. It's the same weight. So there's 2 5.5-inch squares. Oh, sorry, I just made a little boo-boo because I should have waited to mark the 3-inch increments. So I'm going to do that again. 3-inch, 6-inch, 9-inch. I'm going to draw my lines. And then those will just get cut. I'll just cut one. So here we have some nice little 3-inch squares. These are good for like the flowers. And then this one down here, it's a rectangle, which is 2 inches. So if I want to make another little small origami square, I just mark it at 2, 2, and then I have a little, so you can keep doing that until you have, you know, really small ones. You need little small ones like for the leaves. Now that I got the line off just a hair, so there. So anyway, with that way you would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares, and you could even make some little smaller ones out of that one if you want. So that's one way. Okay, I'm going to quickly show you a really fast way just to get a big 8.5-inch square. That size you might want to do like for the kite. So you just take the short side of the paper and fold it over to meet the long side of the paper like this. And try to get that nice pointed angle right here. I used to use this a lot with elementary students to make squares. And then you just cut that edge off. You could cut this up into smaller squares. And there you have a bigger square. So you have an 8.5-inch square if you want to do it that way too.